I give you tofu breakfast taco. Yes. Hey everybody, welcome back to A Sweet Journey. I am Sonia, also known as Sweets, and welcome back. It is officially Tofu Tuesday, and I give complete credit to my cousin Shani. Thank you very much for the idea. It was a great idea. I let you all know that in the month of October I am trying vegan meals, and yesterday I tried this tofu breakfast taco and I loved it, and so I want to share with you the recipe, and I don't really have measurements for everything, so I don't expect that, but I would like to share it with you. So come on. So for the tofu taco, there's some basic things that we need. I love fresh vegetables, so we have bell pepper. I love the different color bell peppers, red, orange, yellow. I typically don't use green, which is odd, but yellow is my favorite. I feel like it's sweeter. I'm gonna use avocado, but I'll have them cut on top of the taco at the end. Tofu, and you'll notice it's half gone because I used the other half yesterday just to kind of see what it would be like. I have mushrooms and the onion, the rest of the onion, and you can kind of see about how much. It's like half of a small onion from yesterday. The seasonings, I have garlic powder. This is pepper supreme. It's the way that I like to have my pepper is in this little mixed area. I do have dash, and I have the lemon pepper version of it. I have some minced garlic. I do have garlic cloves, but I'm just gonna use this. I have smoked turmeric, which I love, it is really good. I have the nutritional yeast seasoning. I'm still kind of learning this, but I do have the seasoning and I did use it yesterday. And then I spray the pan. I love this stuff. It is grass-fed ghee, and this has liquid coconut and grapeseed oil, and it's a spray. So, all right. So I started off just by cutting up the bell peppers. Nothing really major to see here. I like to cut them as small as possible because I don't want to bite into large chunks of bell pepper. That's kind of annoying. So I chopped up the bell pepper and the onion. And again, I try to chop it as finely as possible because I don't like to chomp on big pieces of vegetable. So I chopped up the bell pepper, all three of them, the red, the yellow, and the orange. And you'll notice that I only used half of the bell pepper. And then it was half of a small onion. I cut that up. And then for the mushrooms, in that packet that I showed you, I just grabbed a small handful of mushrooms, rinsed them off, and then chopped them up about the same size as the bell pepper. And that was kind of the prep for what I wanted the tofu to cook with. And so before I put the tofu in, I decided that I would start sauteing those vegetables first because I just kind of wanted to get it started, and then I added the tofu in afterward, and you'll see that in just a second. So this is me finishing up the beautiful chopping. You see the size, and I did forget the skillet, so I had to grab that really quickly. And you'll notice I have two. The smaller one is for the tortilla shell, and the larger one is for the breakfast taco, the inside of the breakfast taco. I put the heat on like medium high for both, and unfortunately, when I tried to use this spray, that can actually wouldn't work. So I ended up having to use vegetable oil because that's what I had. But yesterday when I had the tacos, I used that spray and it was perfect. So just thought I'd share that with you. And that spray, that ghee spray, is from Sprouts. That's where I purchased that. And I'll leave that in the description box. So one of the things that I like to do, which I don't know if it's normal or not, but I like to season the vegetables before I even put anything else in there. So you'll notice I did the garlic powder. That was the ground pepper. This is the nutritional yeast that I'm using. And then just kind of mixing that all up. And I season each section because I just think I want a well-seasoned meal. That's the minced garlic. So I added that in. And yeah, and just began to mix all of those things together. I think the lemon pepper, the dash. Oh, that's the tofu. Okay, so for the tofu, I just added it, and you'll notice that I moved the vegetables to the side, and I crumbled the tofu up in the other side of the skillet. One of the things that I did yesterday that I didn't have to do today is that I poured off all of the kind of juice that comes with the tofu, which is pretty disgusting. I poured all that off, and then I took the paper towel and kind of took as much of the moisture off. And that tofu that I'm using is firm, so it's a firm tofu. So again, now I am separately seasoning the tofu. So you saw me season the vegetables. Now I'm seasoning the tofu and kind of letting both of those cook, and then I'm going to mix those two together. And I did need a little bit of salt. I didn't taste it. I don't know. And I use sea salt whenever I use salt. I typically don't use salt at all, but I used sea salt, and it's the thick sea salt. I don't know how else to say it. Anyway, so I use the Mission tortilla shells. I typically don't use the street taco shells. It's too small, but for this, I had to because I didn't have the other corn tortillas. And for that, I like a crunchy tortilla. So I put it in, and I will leave it because I really want my tortilla to have a crunch to it. That's kind of my favorite. So, and you'll notice I'm showing you, it looks just like scrambled eggs. Like it looks literally just like scrambled eggs. And so I put the two together. I also added cheese at the bottom of the tortilla and cut up some avocado. And that was it. That was my breakfast taco. All right, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that little walkthrough of my tofu breakfast tacos. I am going to show you. This is what it looks like. Let's go ahead and taste it. It was really good. So essentially what it is tofu cooked together with bell pepper, red, yellow, and orange bell pepper, onion, mushroom, and I put the seasoning on it, which was garlic powder. I don't use garlic salt, it's too salty, but garlic powder, nutritional yeast, smoked turmeric. I did put salt in it because I did need a little bit of salt. Some, I don't think I'd use the onions, but garlic. I use garlic. Anyway, it's really, really good. I don't think it's missing anything. I put some avocado on top. I did sprinkle some paprika on the top of it. More than anything, it was just so it would look pretty. As you can see, big finish. So, it was really good. And I don't know if you noticed at the bottom of the shell, I put some vegan cheese from vegan cheddar cheese. So I did that as well. I did use the street taco shells. Typically, I just use regular corn taco shells, but I ran out. All I had was the street taco shells, so that's what I used. Yeah, so this is where I am. So hopefully you enjoyed that video. Just a couple things to remember. So as I'm making these kind of tofu meals, there's a couple things that I have to do that's specific to my health needs. So I have rheumatoid arthritis, and potatoes, which would be really good in there, but I can't have them. I roasted some sweet potatoes a couple of days ago, and I ate some. I was eating them like a snack, really, because they were in cubes, and my hands started cramping up really badly. And so the wonderful thing is to start kind of noticing these things early and getting in front of it. So I noticed that my hands started cramping up, so no more potatoes. You know, I do notice when I have gluten that like if I have bread and pasta, things like that, it makes me achy. So I try to stay away from that. I chose corn tortillas because one of the things that I noticed is one day I tried to do just vegetables and fruit, and I was really weak and really hungry all day. And so I'm trying to add that in. But yeah, so thank you all so much for watching. I am really excited about this journey. I am on day 6 of my vegan month, and it's not so bad. Now that I'm kind of learning things, I'm learning new recipes and things like that. So I will see you soon. So if you watch the video this long and you've not already subscribed, let's just go ahead and do that now. Let's get that out of the way. And you are definitely welcome to give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Please, you can, of course, choose the bell notification, and then you can see when I upload videos. So thank you very much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.